Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is alphabetic list problems, still on letter P. Today I'm going to talk about the very common, actually it's quite common, depends on the severity. It could be normal with trace or it could be severe with kidney disease. The topic is proteinuria. It's so, I think you probably heard a lot. Proteinuria, it's really just losing the protein, basics, albumin through the kidney. And we all have those once a while with the trace, plus minus if you do the test of the dip, urine dip. And then that's probably, it's usually for the young people without pre-existing condition, that's okay. And particularly for those older people has pre-existing conditions like hypertension, diabetes, or chronic kidney disease, or taking some medications, have this trace protein and become either one plus above, I think it's abnormal, or either from 1 plus to 2 or just getting worse. So that is the case, really indicating the kidney is affected. It depends on the causes, depends on the mechanism, and depends on the severity. But anyway, let me talk about the emergency situation first of all. Is there any emergency situation associated with this proteinuria? It is usually chronic, and there's some acute condition. However, proteinuria itself, it's unless there's some chronic kidney disease or chronic other diseases causing the severe like anuria, which means no urine output at all for 20 hours, 24 hours less than 50, for example. So if that's the case, it's really emergency. You have to see your physician as soon as possible to use a medication and to find out the cause. Or the proteinuria associated with severe edema, which means fluid accumulate inside of your on the skin or the eyelid or the shin area. So if that's the case, you need to see your physician as soon as possible, particularly if this proteinuria associated with other symptoms, either respiratory or heart, then you need to see your physician, which means those diseases, not just only heart disease or lung disease, already impact or impair the other organs' function like kidney. So basically the proteinuria is from the kidney, but it could be caused by the other organ damage or other diseases. So can you manage at home? If I said, like I said, if the trace plus minus, it's really not defined inside of the realm of definition of proteinuria. Proteinuria is really referring to the pathological, at least 1 plus or above. So basically, you cannot manage at home, even though some of the minor disease like the segmental or focal kidney disease may be just the monitor or supportive care, but have to be diagnosed to exclude the serious causes. So anyway, you cannot manage by yourself. And usually this proteinuria actually is, you do not know it unless the test or the other symptoms like edema. So this is or gaining weight without reason. You did not notice edema, but the gaining weight is not as usual gaining weight. But this is probably the water accumulate. So if that's the case, regardless, proteinuria really is the pathological term referring to the disease, the condition of kidney has to be managed and diagnosed under the professionals. So what are the signs you're looking for? So for example, you went to the physician, you get the urine dip, the proteinuria is present like 1 plus. And you have been healthy, you do not know you have any diseases, or you have some diseases, but this newly onset proteinuria. So what are the signs you're looking for associated with this proteinuria indicating serious problem. Like I said, proteinuria, on top of this proteinuria has blood in the urine. That's serious condition. Or edema, like I said, that means the fluid also accumulating in the body. That means the kidney is really undergoing some pathological change, has to be further diagnosed. And also, if these symptoms, these are the for those people without any systemic diseases. For those had other diseases, like you have long-term hypertension, you suddenly during the test or you find the physician talk to you, you have the protein in your urine dip, which means you have proteinuria. That is a sign to you need to monitor whether there's associated with difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, or gasping for air during the night, or you really feel that the blue or feel cannot breathe enough oxygen, shortness of breath or difficult breathing. So this means the kidney is damaged from the hypertension caused the damage to the other organs, either the heart failure and also associated with the kidney disease, associated with the proteinuria. So these are the signs either for healthy people or for pre-existing conditions similar as diabetes. If you have diabetes and you're taking medication, and for this proteinuria present, you really need, I think your physician will talk to you about tightly control of your glucose and also the HbA1c, and also probably you need to see your subset specialist for the kidney evaluation, which indicating possible the diabetes caused the proteinuria or the medications. So talking about the medication, for those who have been taking medications and do the regular urine test or once a while and then suddenly develop this proteinuria, really needed to alert your physician, or your physician probably knows, and to change another medication. Basically, this proteinuria, like I said, usually is found in the medical office unless you have your dip at home and you test it. And if something, and for those probably have chronic disease, you probably have this dip strip at home to follow up, to monitor if that's the case. Any new onset proteinuria, either from plus minus 2 plus, or from 1 plus to 2 plus, from 2 plus to 3 plus, which are indicating different amount or severity of the losing protein, so losing albumin. So you really need to contact your physician. And for those take medications and add new medications, this is also applied to if you have dip at home and you test it, there's a change of the proteinuria. You really need to let your physician know. So anyway, this is the video about the proteinuria. I think I have previously mentioned about this, but today I'm just talk about the taking home message for those had chronic disease and had urine strip at home. And if you find the change of this, the degree of the proteinuria, you need to talk to your physician right away, as soon as possible. So that's the video for today, and I hope it helps. And thank you for watching. I will see you next time.